Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we're going to have a look at a map which was top of the workshop for most of last week and then slipped out of the top rankings and wasn't going to get reviewed this week, but I felt it was a bit unfair given that it was performing so well. It's a part of the world that we've never been to before, mostly because there really isn't much world in that part of the world to go and visit. And in fact, finding it on the Google World Map, I discovered something. I'll talk about that discovery in a few moments' time, but I discovered something that, well, you learn something new every day. And today was the day that I learned something new, and I thought, bingo! And then I thought I should tell you about bingo cards. Yes, the link is in the description. At the top of the description, grab yourself your BonBonBingo card, play along just for fun, listening out for all of the memes, and let me know how many you managed to cross off. Be cool, wouldn't it? Right, okay, before we do any crossing off of things, we've got some ticking off of things as well. I'm not going to tick you off, you need to tick me off. Go on, give me a ticking. That's right, hitting the tick button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is the Cocos Islands by AvoirRev. Now, the Cocos Islands is a real-life location, although this is a take on that location. It certainly looks like the Cocos Islands, we can't argue with that. There's your start square. Plenty of flat buildable land. In fact, all of the land pretty much today is perfectly flat, as you can see there. Yes, it's a builder's map. It's an island map with an outside connection. We have resources dotted around on the islands, very usable as well on a low island space map. I can't argue with that. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, well, actually we have a pretty good selection of fish as well. Pretty map there too. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. The 81 tile mod is recommended, though not strictly essential. And we've got a few trees. We'll be using the mod PT map theme and the coastal hut, although you'll have to manually change the map theme when loading up the map, because I think the map was built using, I can't remember which one, but using a different theme. So you'll have to manually change that, or you'll end up with a different tropical theme. Here's your outside connection. We've got a little bit of a wibbly wobbly. There. It doesn't really matter. We are so close to the edge of the map. But given that this little area was so tidily decorated with the little key going around the outside, and it's clean and it's tidy, I don't see any reason why that road can be perfectly straight as well. It's only because it's if it was one of those just squeezed in things, then it'd be less important. It's still not important, but it's there. It's something to spot, and it's something to check off your bingo card if you've got wibbly wobbly on your bingo card. Now, the tunnel comes in quite some way across to the main island. I think it's called the Home Island in real terms. Yes, I have actually had a look on the map for this one. And it emerges over here with a matching tunnel entrance over here. It wouldn't surprise me if it was copied and pasted just to get the exact match up there. But it's fine. I have no problem with copying and pasting. It works good. A tiny little bit of key clipping through the sound barriers. And we've chosen to go with sound barriers on the roads today, and I don't have a problem with that either, really. I mean, it's more of a city thing, I would have thought, than an island thing, but I can live with it. Anyway, yeah, that one thing that I learned today. So we are southwest of Indonesia, quite a little way southwest of Indonesia, or northwest of Australia, quite a long way further northwest of Australia. And while I was looking at that, off the map popped Christmas Island, which I always assumed, because I'd never really thought about it before, was in the Pacific. And we got an encroaching tree, one tree under the highway there, just the one. Again, it's not really a big problem on today's map, but yeah, just removing one tree, not an issue. But yeah, I always thought Christmas Island was in the Pacific. Now, whether that's because of Easter Island, which I'm assuming is in the Pacific. Now I'm questioning myself. I'm sure Easter Island is in the Pacific. I'm certain of it. But I always thought Christmas Island was too, and Well, no, it's relatively, in terms of scale of the world, relatively close to the Cocos Islands, which are relatively close in terms of the scale of the world to the southwest Indonesia. When I say relatively close, you wouldn't want to swim it. You would not want to swim it. It's probably about the width of Europe in real terms. Start Square Roundabout is there. It's going to lead you off in perfectly adequate directions. These are fine. They're fine. It gives you a bit of inspiration to get started. I'm not going to say it's the most exciting thing, but it's probably better than having nothing there. Otherwise, it would be a little bit dull. And just to have a roundabout, just to get you started, is fine. These highways obviously do not exist on the Cocos Islands. There will be roads on the Cocos Islands. I had a little street view, and it looks very nice down there. It looks very, very warm, and everything's painted white to reflect the sun. And it's very nice. But I don't think we've got 2-lane highways anywhere on the islands. But hey, listen, this is your city build. You do what you want with it. I have no problems. And then we come down to the roundabout in the Start Square, which is very nice too. Right, we come back straight after the intermission to check the shipping and the fishing. Not the fishing.
Are you having trouble keeping roundabouts around when you connect other roads? Do you wonder how on earth do other people manage this? Then you need BonBonB's Guide to Perfect Roundabouts. Click the information button now.
And back to the Cocos Islands by AvoirRev. And shipping routes, we have 4 of them, and they don't connect across the map, they just connect into the middle of the map, so you won't have any ships unless of course something is coming to your islands. And given where these islands are in the world, that's probably how they would work. Of course, with the tunnel connecting to the outside world, you don't have to use a harbour start, but if you wanted to play harbour starts, you could also do that. When I said not the fishing, what of course I meant was the water flow. So we'll have to check the water flow, although there's probably plenty of options, but we'll have a look. There you go. There's your options of your shipping. Yes, so this is your Start Square, and you can get all the way around the outside. There's no actual moving water per se, so your sewage will probably sit around the bits, but if you pump on one side of the island and draw on the other, then you're probably not going to pollute your people. And you may, of course, use mods. There's always mods, isn't there? Okay, overall, this is the shape of the Cocos Islands. That's what they look like. We haven't been over this side. Let's come over this side. We haven't really stopped and looked at that side. Oh, by the way, in the middle, we do have a little wind farm on the go with a double power line. Yeah, I think double power lines look pretty cool. I haven't thought of doing that before. There's a nice little thought. That looks a little bit indented into the sand. I imagine it's subsiding away because of all the water around it. And then more power over here. And then the trees. I think the trees and the theme and everything works really very nicely. It actually holds the whole map together. It's one of those island maps, and I know Rev's definitely improving in their skills all of the time, and some of their earlier maps I thought were okay, weren't too excited by them. This one's I'm a little bit excited by. I'm not skipping and jumping over the moon over this one, but I'm liking. Okay, I'm liking. It's aesthetically very pleasing. Certainly looks like the map. It's been well balanced. We've got plenty of build space for the sort of map that it is. We've got lots of a nice little bit of undersea sand detailing as well, and there's not really too much to moan about, and all of those things all add up to being what I would call a very pleasing map. And this is what we've got here. There is literally no reason why, unless you're looking for a big city build, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to play on this map. Now, question mark, where do you think, in real life, the airport is? Okay, was you thinking down here? The airport, down here. It's a perfectly good place for an airport. Not where it is in real life, but that doesn't matter, because I did tell you right at the start, this is a take on the real life islands. The actual airport, or the runway, runs along this strip of land here. Nice and straight as well. It doesn't wibble. It doesn't wobble. It doesn't wibble wobble. Is that wibbly wobbly? Could you check that off? Oh, I said it now. You can check off wibbly wobbly as well if you got it on your bingo card. Got a few minor grumbles with the beaches where the sand is just a little bit too steep and we're losing the sand texture. There are a few. There's a few more than I'm going to show you, but they're all very minor. There's nothing here that it's going to have you crying to your mummy. And this could be clipped a little bit better into the environment. But again, I've seen a lot worse than that. So again, not too much to complain about, really. Right, while we're in this area, let's have a look at the start square. It looks buildable. And we've got space for an asset of the day. Now, this asset of the day, it's the Plattenbau, or Plattenbau, or Plattenbau, ESK, I know it's German, or I'm assuming it's German, ESK 400 to 600 supermarket by MeisterMonis. Now, when you subscribe to this, you'll actually get two variations. This one's the Muller one, and I don't remember what the other one was. If we'd done them the other way around, then I would be able to tell you, because I could remember Muller. Oh, and look, there's a buffalo. It's a buffalo. What's the difference between a buffalo and a bison? You can't wash your hands in a buffalo. Factoids. Because factoids. According to this, in the 1980s, again, things may have changed, but maybe not. The 3 largest circulation daily newspapers in the world are all Russian. Yep, that's what they are. And they probably are Russian as well. I mean, I'm guessing they were printed all over the place, because now if you've got a headline in Moscow, getting it all the way across to what's at the other end, Vladivostok. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Getting it all the way across there. They've got their print in multiple locations, surely. Oh, that was another buffalo, or is it a bison? Anyway, Plattenbau ESK 400 600 supermarket by MeisterMonis. Another great asset. From the Meister. Oh, yes, they are. Right. It's an island map. It's a volcanic island map. But what do you think of it? What do you think? I'm asking, what do you think of it? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right angle of your screen, or the link in the description. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. Got it all in this time. But what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, it's clearly very nice. It's stylized. It looks like the area. It feels tropical. I don't think there's any design errors. I think there's room for more flourishments on it, but I still think even as it is, it falls into 4 stars. I'm going to go just below middle 4. It's nice. Detailing. Not too much wrong with it. Quite a lot of half-decent quality as well. Is there enough half-decent quality to get to the 4th star, though? There's the question. I think probably not, to be fair to those 4-star maps, so I'm going to go for a high 3. Feels good. Gameplay potential. For what it is, and for what it does, I think it works. I'm going to go 4 stars. I'm going to go for low end of 4. For no reason. It's just how I'm feeling. The Cocos Islands by AvoirRev. I was thinking about the seal of approval on this one. I was thinking about it. I don't know why I'm not giving it. Maybe it's because I think if the airport was in the actual correct location, maybe that would encourage playability for people that want to recreate the Cocos Islands. I don't know. I don't know if it's that. Is it ideal? You tell me. But what would be ideal is if you use the words of the day into the comments to show you're part of the 20 and out elite. I know you are going to, because you're some of the best. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What Map series. Have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.